So this is going to be a more casual attempt at a video from me, but when I thought about all of the perfumes I have shown you this year, I also thought about all of the perfume launches, and sometimes I felt very overwhelmed with all of the new perfume launches, and I feel like a lot of you felt the same. It's in phases that these launches come, and then it's all at once, and then there's nothing, and then it's again all at once. And so for me, I am quite critical, and not everything is to my taste or everything I love and adore and enjoy, because that's simply not possible. But I thought, let's do a best of designer perfume launches of 2024. These are the designer perfumes that I did enjoy. So, first of all, I have to tell you that a lot of those are more likes than loves. And the thing is, I always tell you, I wear whatever I like. It doesn't matter if it's designer, niche, budget, whatever, as long as I just like it on myself and I enjoy to wear it. But I feel like it's like quicker and quicker and quicker that the perfumes have to be released, and therefore sometimes, especially when it comes to designers, because they have other briefings and are a lot more tight when it comes to timings and budget and whatever, I feel like it's just too quick, and they don't really think about the perfumes too much. It's like you have this original perfume, and then you have 10 different flankers, because your core audience wears this perfume, so they will buy the flankers, and they don't seem to think about all of the other persons, all of the other people that maybe would enjoy something completely different from you, that is not exactly the same as all of the other flankers and the original, if you know what I mean. Anyway, that to say, I don't have a ranking, but I am going to start with my favorite. So my favorite has to be Cheirosa 59 from Sol de Janeiro. This is a perfume mist. This is super inexpensive, and it's amazing. This smells like a niche perfume. So well made. It's amazing to me. It's amazing to me. When I first smelled it, I was not in love, but I liked it a lot. So much so that I bought it straight away. And then a few days later, I was obsessed, and the obsession never stopped. So yeah, it's a violet powdered sugar vanilla scent with an extremely creamy sandalwood in there. It's sweet, it's cozy, it's comforting, it has something elegant to it because of the violets, which doesn't make it too juvenile. And this is my go-to bedtime scent. I have used up maybe 3 bottles of this size. I have a small travel size. I have a big bottle that is standing on my nightstand. And so, yeah, I'm in love since, I would say, winter time or spring of 2024. But there is another perfumist that I did enjoy a lot, and that is from Ouai, which is also quite interesting, because Ouai is a perfume brand that does a lot of very strongly fragranced hair care products. And I don't really enjoy any of those scents. It's just not to my taste. I feel like a lot of them are very sharp, quite classic smelling, or too strong floral leaning. But they had I think it was a body scrub that was called Scent Barts. And then they put it in something else that was maybe also like a body product, but then they did it as a perfume mist. And I wasn't too sure about that, because as I said, the other things from them I don't really enjoy, but this is just it. I was wearing that one in the summertime nonstop. This one has dragon fruit and oranges. It has tuberose, jasmine, orange blossom, which I don't really like the combination of all three of those perfumes, but mixed in with the fruitiness, with the zestiness, and there's amber and musk in there. It just works so well together and I like it so much, and I'm so happy because, as I said, the combination of those three florals in particular are not my favorite whatsoever, but this one is just so beautiful. It is like Soleil Blanc by Tom Ford, but to me more wearable, not just another alternative to Soleil Blanc. It's not just a salty vanilla. It doesn't have vanilla actually. It's more like a salty amber, which is a nice twist. And I like that there's no frangipani in there or tiare because everyone uses the same kind of tropical florals, but they didn't. And I like it a lot. Another one that was an immediate strong like was Guerlain's Flora Bloom Forte. I've smelled the original. I like that one as well. I have the Forte one and I like that one a lot. And it's from the Aqua Allegoria line. So they most of the time are very quiet, very subtle, don't really have the performance that you maybe would have wished for. But the Forte one of this one is extremely strong. On my skin, I cannot overspray. I have to spray maybe 3 to 4 times max until it gets too much. This is so loud, so long lasting, and it's a beautiful scent. So what is funny is that this one is actually another tuberose scent, and for this perfume it is actually tuberose centered, which is so nice because I really want to enjoy all of the notes that we have in perfumery, but a lot of times it's just not it for me. And they did such an amazing job at doing a creamy, wearable, smooth tuberose note in there that is not screechy, not sharp, not classic, not too loud. And they combined it with mango, which is so fun. And it's such a creamy, fruity tuberose because of that. They also have a lot of powdery, more elegant notes in there like violet and iris, but also sandalwood. I love it for that reason, and it's such a round perfume. But it is quite loud. For that reason, I did not wear it all of the time because I told you before again and again, I'm more in a subtle perfume kind of phase. But if I wanted a strong perfume that is going to last the whole day in summertime, this would be it. Another one that is more subtle is Daisy Wild by Marc Jacobs. And I love the bottle. It's so fun. I like it a lot. It looks like a bouquet of flowers, which actually fits my channel name perfectly. So I have to get a big bottle of that. But I just have the travel size, but I almost used that one up and it was quite quickly the phase that I used it. So that one is not something groundbreaking, something extraordinary that you've never smelled before, but I always tell you, I am down with something fresh and happy and fruity that just smells like a clean, fruity shower gel. I like that a lot, especially for day-to-day life, for the office, for the summertime. I don't crave something niche smelling all of the time. And this one is just it. It's not too fruity, it's not too sharp, too loud. You do get performance, but it's not too much. And this one has a super fun note of banana flower as well as macadamia. But I don't get that at all. It says jasmine, sandalwood, and vetiver as well. Don't get any of those notes. And people say it smells like Perfect by Marc Jacobs or Daisy by Marc Jacobs or My Way Nectar from Armani, which was also released 2024. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those scents. I would say Perfect from Marc Jacobs is a lot more thick and sweet, and Daisy is a little bit more sharp, and I feel like Daisy Wild sits nicely in between because it is a little sweet, it is a little fresh and floral, but not too much. And for me, just a tad more aquatic and light, which is what I love. Another one that was a surprise to me was Paradoxe Virtual Flower. What I like about Prada is they had this Paradoxe scent. Then they brought out the intense version, which smelled to me completely different to the original. And now Virtual Flower, which also smells completely different than the original. And I like that because you do get a common ground, but other than that, they just experimented with other notes. And for other brands, I feel like they just do like one different note for each flanker, and that's that. So I like that one a lot. To me, it pulls in the same direction as something like Glossier You. What do people say? Not really. They say it smells like Paradoxe, which I don't really get. To me, it has something molecule-like and powdery-like, skin-like even, which reminds me a lot of Glossier You or Sonic Flower by Room 1015 or Amber Vanilla by The Seven Virtues. This one has bergamot, neroli, jasmine, musk, and ambrette. And I would say you mainly get the musk and the ambrette, which gives you this Glossier You feeling with a certain floral aspect and this zesty bergamot, which makes it more wearable, more easy to understand, and mass appealing because this is a designer release. So this one was actually a strong like for me because not a lot of designers do fragrances like that. I would say Narciso Rodriguez would be the next best thing to those types of perfumes. But I like this launch even more than the launches from Narciso. The next perfume I have to talk about is Flora Gorgeous Orchid by Gucci, which is their newest release. And this one is basically an ozonic, salty vanilla perfume. There are different notes from different websites. I don't know what the exact notes are, but here it says vanilla, vanilla orchid, and ozonic notes, basically. And people say that it smells like Goddess by Burberry, Vanilla Vibes by Juliette Has a Gun, Vanilla Powder by Matière Première. And I would say yes to all of that. It is quite a simple, quite synthetic, salty vanilla scent. But there is something almost coconutty to it, which reminds me the most of Vanilla Powder by Matière Première, which is a very expensive niche designer perfume that is definitely more complex, but speaking of the same realm. And the Vanilla Vibes to me pulls a little bit more sharp and loud and obnoxious to me. And the Goddess by Burberry definitely is not a salty vanilla, but the vanilla that they used kind of feels the same sometimes. And that's basically it. So it is not a complex perfume. It's a more spring and summer appropriate salty vanilla, but it's not extremely salty and coconutty to the point where you could not wear it in fall and winter time. If you like your vanilla scents, you can wear it throughout the year, but I only wore it, I would say, in the summertime, and I did not really reach for it when fall came. And the last perfume, I was thinking about so many perfumes, but I feel like this one, even though I only have a sample, I did think about that one a lot. This one is by Valentino, and I have the newest one on here, but I don't really enjoy it as much as this one, which is the Stravaganza, Green Stravaganza, which is the best name ever. I feel so Lady Gaga when saying that, but yeah, that one has not a lot of notes listed at all, and it's not a very complex scent either. So this one just has Lapsang Souchong tea, jasmine, and vanilla. It smells like the Donna Born in Roma perfumes, which I like most of those. I like the jasmine that they use, which is not a very synthetic loud jasmine. It's more of a creamy, more natural jasmine that is super sweet from the vanilla. So that is the base of all of those. But then in here you have this fresh green, almost herbal-y aromatic twist from the more smoky tea, the Lapsang Souchong tea, which is a tea I've had before, which is actually a very interesting choice because that one is not like a super easy tea, I would say, to smell or taste, depending on the person. But we're speaking about designer perfumes and being very mass appealing. And I don't know if this was like a major hit for them, but still, I tested it. I thought it was nice, a little bit like the Daisy Wild, something fresh and sweet. Yeah, fresh and sweet, perfect for spring and summertime, but it didn't wow me. But I feel like I have to test it out a little bit more because it screams my name. I love the DNA of Born on Roma. I love vanilla and I love tea scents. And it's a designer perfume. So I have to give it a second round of testing. So these were my choices of the best designer perfume releases of 2024. Let me know which was your absolute favorite designer launch. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!